All right, y'all can hear me, right? Okay, cool, cool. But yeah, though, but what's good, y'all? Yeah, you read the title. Everything is on the menu for discussion because hell, it's been a lot of that going on this past week, and probably more craziness that will continue going forward. So, so again, let's have So again, let's talk about it. I mean, hell, from what I've been observing, again, so far, people want to have selective outrage, whether you wanting for you to pick and choose what they want to be upset about or talk about. And even for, let's say, the things that, again, yeah, if you want to really be outraged at something that you're very sincere, very passionate about, okay, I understand. But what you have is a lot of people being very dishonest about what's been going on, let alone around them, and therefore what's going on in today's world. And like I say, no, I'm not a news broadcaster, nor do I claim to be. But at the same time, what I'm not going to do is have y'all try to shut me up, though. I'm going to talk. There's nothing you can do about it. But let's get into it, though. I mean, yeah, the whole, get hell. What's it? What's the, yeah, George Floyd, yeah, George Floyd, again, died into the hands of, of the so-called police. They claim that, oh, well, he had a counterfeit fake $10 bill trying to help somebody out. So they thought that, again, they were justified for doing what they did. And it's like, no, you're not justified for what you did. Because number one, when you make up stuff as you go along, when you do the certain things that you do, such as talking about, oh, he was resisting or he wasn't complying, well, I thought, again, laws were made to the laws that you go by, that if somebody has their hands behind their back and they're complying and you still got their and you still take it upon them on yourself to use excessive force, who's really abusing their power? The suspect at hand or you? Yeah, I know that's gonna go over your head. Now is it? Because good, you know what? It's supposed to. Just like I know that there's gonna be some people that's gonna misinterpret my words and invert my meanings. And yeah, this is again what you call another case of real talk, let alone coming from me, your boy AMR. And another thing that I want to talk about is though, again, like, okay, now places are starting to somewhat open back up, but you don't realize is that it's not going to be the same if you open certain places back up. I mean, hell, I just heard that Vegas is opening back up. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Sin City, but it's going to be kind of tough trying to picture the same Vegas or the same Sin City before COVID. Not to their credit, they're supposed to have folks coming in, the workers, handing out masks and sanitizing, the machines and such. But I just don't know. I mean, I'm still kind of weary and eerie of certain things just, happening the way that they are. Hell, maybe that's just me being, concerned, being a little too concerned about people's safety. Because right now, this ain't going away. Not anytime soon. I'm not saying that it's going to last, let's say, 10, 20, 30 years. No, I'm not saying that. Sorry, y'all, I'm chewing on a piece of candy right now. But then again, from this moment on, he's like, just like, I'm sorry. Like, I can't look at certain things the same. Things that we used to enjoy. Now, all of a sudden, we got to watch ourselves and what we do because of this so called pandemic that's spreading. Yeah, I'm just saying. Either you can agree to disagree, but either way, this is how I feel. But beyond that, other than that, again, hell, everything on my part, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I've been, again, like I said, been doing a lot of work and hell, trying to get certain things straightened out. Which, to my credit, it's been going more positive than negative. And I just hope, again, it just continues, being that way going forward. Now, and again, let me ask y'all this though, for those who are listening, like, well, what do y'all got planned, again for the summer? I mean, despite what's going on, and do you think that it's gonna, and do you think that it's gonna have an impact, down the line in regards to what you do? Because we do got to think about safety here. If not, well then, hey, I don't know what to tell you. I just got too much compassion for the world. I mean, yeah, now don't get me wrong. Now I get annoyed at certain things, but as I speak to you tonight, there's just certain things that again, that I'm just ashamed of, and I can't believe that that when I say we, I'm not saying, yeah, I'm not saying myself, and I'm not saying you who haven't contributed, but people who have contributed to this so-called madness that has gotten out of hand to where stupid shit is just continuing to go on, and it's being allowed to go on, which I said that, hey, I think people either lost their minds or found it. Hell, maybe you can help me out. I don't know. Do you think that, again, hell, we've all lost our minds, or did we find our minds? And again, of course, it's gonna be like, well, what you mean by fine? Well, let me tell you this. When I say the things lost and found, see, we all lose our mind. Hell, we all, again, are guilty at coming out of character somewhat, and to the point you really wasn't thinking straight. And what you thought, again, all this time, some of the things that you say, some of the things that you do, you're now starting to embrace that, hey, this is what you are, this is what you have become. And what you have become is now coming out in the light for everybody to see, not what you kept deep and hidden under cover. Nah, you've been this way from the very beginning, and now that it's being put out there, the next best thing for you to do is to go into denial. So that's what I mean in terms of people losing and finding their minds. What's going on, Agnes Sim? How you been? The chef is here. Well, what you cooking, chef? Now, hey, this is just a real talk. This is just a let's say a little rant type of I don't want to say episode, but it's something that I call just getting stuff off my chest. I mean, don't think that again like when I mean, yeah, I do gaming, but I also do some real talk as well. And some of my titles can be let's just say everything was going on, like let's say again what's been going on in the news, hell, even in your life or someone else's, whatever they want to talk about. Hell, what I want to talk about, how is it affecting you or the person or anyone that you care about, going forward. And normally when I speak on certain things, it's somehow always again concluded that I'm mad about something, when they actually in reality I'm passionate about something. But other than that, though, hell, I know we still got to be on for that future what is it, that future Chipotle date. What you talking about? Who said what? Oh, what's going on, Lori? How you been? Oh, nah, like oh, okay. Now, I think I was on somebody else's panel, and she would normally have shows where we would all just again would just talk about something that again, whether it be like what I'm doing right now, like real talk, topic conversations. And if I were to voice, how I feel about that particular topic at the time, um, or just stuff in general, it's always been, taken as though like I'm always upset or just uptight. And then like, nah, I mean, I can be annoyed, but at the same time, it's really coming out of passion. Yeah, I'm down for Chipotle at their little patios with a Corona fillet. Oh, come on now. I can't even really say that word, but I get what you're saying. You talking about the beer. Oh, and you know what? You missed the Mortal Kombat stream too. No, I'm not eating a protein bar. I'm eating a high chew candy, and they are delicious. Yeah, yeah, those are addictive. Yeah, yes, they are. And and that's maybe. And again, though, now me personally, like I would normally would get, like don't get me wrong, I love the Laffy Tappies, but I just gotta have that like natural fruit type of candy. And when I started, eating on high chews, I just had a craving for them ever since. Everyone in their mamas playing Mortal Kombat. Well, you know what? Well, that's the thing too, because they just had some new DLC that it came out a couple days ago. The Mortal Kombat. High chews can get sour though. Yeah, they can, but it ain't done me no harm, so I'm gonna continue to eat them. Like I said, I gotta have that natural fruit and not that artificial stuff. But yeah, though, but it just, but yeah, though, but again, like, but what's going on in the world today? I mean, it's just hell. I'm just, again, it's like I'm really at a loss for words and kind of dumbfounded at what and how where we've gotten so far. That I like airheads, but they cut up my mouth. All the little flat airheads, yeah, the target burning made me sad. Oh, they had a target burn. Yeah, they looted the whole store. Oh wow, wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't even know it was getting to that point where like I said, I think ever since COVID came into play, I think, like I said, people either lost their minds or found their minds. Because I just don't know anymore. They put an auto. Well, damn. Every damn AutoZone too. Hmm. Oh yeah, I'm on there right now. But yeah, though, but you know what? But mainly, again, yeah, what we could try to do, and I guess this is, easy for me to say because I guess I'm not necessarily really out and out like that. Again, in the sense of finding myself to be a target. Well, believe it or not, anyone, hell, any and anybody can be targeted or victimized due to something that is beyond their control. I just try to again to do my best to be better than the day be better than I was the day before, the week before, the month before, hell, even the year or two before. Yeah, it's gonna take time to make progress, but this stuff don't come easy. It does not come easy. Okay, I got him now. Oh wow, you talk about yeah, you talk about a riot. But hey, see, this is what happens, again when again this is what happens, again when again when you target a certain group that's been disenfranchised for so long and certain things that nobody when you think you're not listening to them, hey, now again what I'm about to say, again, hey, I know it's gonna go over people's heads, but hey, I'm gonna say it, either way, whether you like it or not. People are hurting. People are hurting. Hell, I'm hurting. Now I wasn't there physically, but hell, when I see something like hell about again a man being victimized to the police, and yet no, and again it's like again it's this us against them mentality. Yeah. So again, I look at it as this is a message that was being sent. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I'm not saying that again that oh somebody people deserve to die, or hell even this man really didn't deserve to die at all. And they said there's not enough evidence to get. Oh fuck that. Fuck that. That's just them lying they ass off on a regular. This is why we don't, there is no conversation when it comes to us and the police. There is none. Even if he doesn't go to jail. Oh yeah, I agree with that. The karma is still coming. And I said this, when this happened, I said, you know what? we gonna have to really start, again, like financial. Yeah, we gonna have to start hitting them in the pocketbooks. Meaning, do not. Now I repeat. Now again, now I can't. Now I don't know where everybody happens to be, exactly where they're from. But as of right now, Minnesota is going to happen to be one of those places to where they suffer financially. Like, don't spend a single dime in Minnesota. I call it starving that particular state out. Now, some people may say that, hey, thing about it is that, hey, when you have the dollars, when you have the money, this is what you do. Like, we got power. Hey, we got, hell. Hey, we got the spending. We got the spending power, but guess what? At least we got the power to take our dollars and do something productive with it and take it somewhere else. Oh, what's up, Am City? Let me do something real quick. Give me a sec. But yeah, though. But to me, that's just, again, what I feel at this point. That sometimes, hey, you really got to hit them where it hurts. Now, yeah, as much as we want to do it physically, but mentally, hell, even financially, when you hit them in the pocketbooks, oh, it's really gonna hurt. It's like hell. When you've been buying something from a certain place for so long, and the place that you've been going shopping or buying stuff from ain't really satisfying your needs no more. Hell, go somewhere else. It's like hell, even in the gaming world, it's like, hey, if there's a certain game that, yeah, I know if it's coming out, but see, back then, again, and one of my biggest mistake was that when I was playing Sekiro Shadows Dies Twice, I thought that game was going to be easy, but it just became too difficult. So yeah, I made the mistake on purchasing it because it was too difficult. But guess what? I got my money back. Now, just because I've had experiences like that, don't necessarily mean that the next person may or may not have that experience. And this is just gaming I'm talking about here right now. But if that makes sense, then let me know if you agree with that. Ah, love my Coke. But yeah, though. But hey, but anybody, hey, like I said, if y'all want to get on anybody want to get on the panel, like I said, the link is right there, and you're more than welcome. Hey, to say what's up to me, or if you want to have a conversation, hey, it's all good. I had to stop drinking soda. Oh, really? Hey, but you know what though? But for me, it's kind of difficult to do because it's like for some reason I just gotta have my caffeine. Now, sure, you don't want to necessarily go too crazy and just drink a whole lot of, a whole lot of soda pop. I get that. Yeah, you got to have your water, you got to have your juice. Because it's like, again, because, you're trying to save your liver. It's hard indeed, but I replaced it with juice now. Pineapple juice for now. Oh yeah, and you know what? And I haven't had pineapple juice in so long. Hey, but Elm City though. But let me ask you this though. Now, is it me? Is that again like when you again like when you were drinking soda? Did you ever notice any breakouts on your face? Like you may just start developing acne. Yep. Okay, so you definitely not by yourself, and I guess that's what it is for people that do drink too much pop. They'll start to break out. I mean, hell, it's even like that, even for people that'll have too much sweets. Now again, now it's not that again like when I have like my candy and such. Oh, it's got to be an everyday thing because it's not. Sometimes I look at it as having a cheat day. Damn, yeah. What's going on right now? Hell, karma is a big bitch. It's like pretty much they setting that whole city on fire right here and right now. But nah, though. But like I said, again, hey, the only thing that again, something will change is that yeah, you want to have your voice be heard, but hell, like I said, I'm like I say, I'm gonna take my dollars that I make and I'm gonna take it somewhere else. Yeah, you know what that to me, you know what that's really nothing but a that's really nothing more than a again a not only a political thing but just a deflection also. And this is why I say again like when I say the things that I say and it's just I say hey for this next election and like I said and I'm gonna get into to some of this stuff here in a minute. But see, this is what happened. Again, people are tired and they're frustrated. But yeah, somebody's got to pay for that heinous act, for a crime going unpunished, and all you could do is just fire him, like that's gonna be enough to resolve the issue. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. I was reading a message. But you know what though? But I remember saying, or well, somebody said this a long time ago, and I just happened to reiterate what they were talking about, a judgment coming. And to me, this is the judgment. Because see, here's the thing though, like the and again, and please, get hey for my other viewers, get that they may be Caucasian or whatever. Hey, don't think that this is directed at you because it's not. But I want y'all to hear me out. Everybody hear me out. What this comes down to is the America that they once, once oh damn, I'm just getting tongue tied. But yeah, let me rephrase that. Yeah. The America that they once thought was theirs, they realize that it's no longer gonna be theirs. So the thing that they're gonna do is the stuff that they're doing right now. It's like don't think for 1 minute that you can just do something and then all of a sudden it not get put out there for the world to see. See that this is a different, new age world now. Technology is definitely advanced, and they mad that there is nothing that they could do, to disenfranchise technology because it will continue to improve. It will continue to get better and better and better as time goes on. But as of right now, what's done in the dark will eventually come to the light. And Trump right now is worried about his beef with Twitter. He literally signed an executive order over. Oh yeah. Well, and you know what? Not only that, because he also went after Joe Scarborough on MSNBC. He basically told a lie and on him saying that because he was talking about this person that was apparently either killed, and he said that Joe Scarborough did it, and there was a woman that actually came out and took the Twitter saying that they wanted Trump banned from Twitter. And what they said was, hey, they can't ban him from Twitter, but what they'll do is they'll start fact checking everything that he says is incorrect. And he has been went beside himself ever since because I'm like, well, first of all, Twitter, really, you've been letting this man get away with murder for so long. Now, don't get me wrong. Hey, hey, I appreciate the fact checking. Like I said, again, you can't pick and choose what you want to have selective outrage about. Just like what's going on with this selective outrage. Like, you can't be mad when, again, with stuff that you've been doing for so long, and yet you don't think that, now I lost my train of thought. What was it? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, when you've been doing something for so long and you don't get called out on it, instead of, addressing the issue, instead of, pointing out the problem, you enable it. And that is all of what they've done. They have enabled it. He behaves just like them. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I feel like he's a communist. Nah, nah, he's far from that. I call him an evil dictator because he don't have an idea of his own, let alone anything that he's thought of himself. I mean, hell, just like what was it, the stimulus checks that he was, getting thought that he would give to the people for people that either lost their jobs or they got shut down due to COVID, and he thought that was his idea was to put his name on these checks. It's like you didn't think of that yourself. The only thing you thought of just putting your name on it. But that was, those ideas for those checks came from the other party for them to take sick leave if they do get sick. That's why they're for. So I guess hell, if you get sick, oh well, you should just come to work anyway, not realizing that again when you do that, the problem is not going to fix itself. It's only going to get worse. You know what? To be honest with you, have I've gone to work sick? Yeah, I have, but I wasn't necessarily like too sick to where oh, I couldn't be there longer than let's say 5 hours, and then all of a sudden I'm just gonna get up and go home. No, no, I had I was congested, so I mainly just got like a stuffy nose and I was working in the cooler, knowing good well I shouldn't have really been in the cooler. And sometimes, hey, I feel like some of these folks ought to be arrested for impersonating good politicians, and they should be arrested for evil dictatorship. And the hell, and the willing to commit murder. Have you seen Watchmen? I've heard of it, but I'm not quite. I've heard of Watchmen, but I'm not quite sure what it is. And you know what? And, oh yeah, and the other thing that I was getting ready to talk about right before I wrap this up. Yeah, going back to somewhat of that selective outrage. Again, people picking and choosing what they want to, be upset about, even if it's the truth. Oh, it's based on the comic book and it's take okay, but I think you'll like it. But my point is, but no, though. Like I said, again, for people having this selective outrage and what they claim that they want to be upset about, I'm like, if you're gonna talk about something, you can talk about it, but at least put it in proper context to where it can be solved and everybody get held accountable. instead of just one particular thing here and there. And yet, I mean, hell, if I did something that didn't necessarily hell, if I did something that y'all wouldn't approve of, and instead of nobody calling me out, or I don't get the exact same treatment in comparison to what this other person may have done, hell, I would, like I said, selective outrage. Y'all hear about getting the second stim. Hey, you know what I did? But so far, hey, I think that either could be. I think that's gonna probably be next month, I believe. Hell, it could be tomorrow. I don't know, but I know that the first one, like we all had to wait like a month because I know I did. I don't want to spoil it for you, but the good guys and the bad guys basically have the same agenda behind the scenes. They pretend to the oh yeah, right, but at the same time they're like one and the same, sleeping in the same bed. They work together to oppress the same people, but to everyone's face. Yeah, that's pretty much like again like somewhat what what's going on pretty much in the world right now. Like people pretend, again, it's like, and that's the thing too, is that you really want to pay attention to what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, yeah, you want to, you also be on the lookout for what they put out in the open too. It's like, again, like people can do stories on how, because it's like hell. Why you think you got, these restaurant shows that, yeah, and what the cooks go through. It's like, yeah, the food and everything, yeah, looks good when it's brought into the open, but behind the scenes, in order to have stuff prepared, oh, it's brutal chaos. And behind the scenes, it's always been chaos. Same thing as in the movie Snowpiercer. And and I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Now, I've been, hell, I've worked and seen things, places to where it can distort the human mind out this world. And a lot of interesting things and people have came along the way. Now, sure, I'm not perfect. Again, I haven't always, uh, hell, were there times where I've overreacted on things? Sure, it happens to the best of us. But that's just only going to show that you're human. But but then again, though, it's like again, when you have stuff that's being said about you, again, that's whether again, where we may look at it as though it's being negative or you take personally. I'm like, yeah, there are things that you're supposed to take personally. And even there's even the things that again that could be said to where it's like even if you didn't take it personally, you could still have a mechanism to offset it, to try to get you to get put back on an even kill. And I don't mean that even kill like, oh, literally even the kill, not literally going to do it, but just doing it to where again it's like, hey, we're all on the same balancing point. And I truly believe, again, hell, even with, again, even with this selective outrage, where people's, again, they let their emotions sometimes get the better of them and they don't even realize it. But yeah, though, but yeah, but back to what I was saying. Yeah. Now I'm sure y'all, again, have definitely heard for what Joe Biden said, where and to me, when he said what he said about people that or even black voters that voted for Trump, they're not really black. Me, I didn't see anything wrong with it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Why I don't find anything wrong with it, and like, hey, I know I'm gonna get some flack for this, but oh well. But see, here's the thing: was there anything that Joe said about again these so-called Trump supporters? Was it really anything that he said to where it's like, oh, I really do take that to heart, and it's very personal to where you're attacking something that means something endear to me. But you see, here's the thing. No, Joe didn't pull a Bill Maher. He didn't say the N word or call somebody you know, a house N word. He wasn't talking about, Ben Carson that way, even though I got where, he was coming from. But at the same time, he was saying that, hey, yeah, I know I may have some, people that may have watch me. Hey, they may be Trump supporters. I don't know, but I say for the so-called, Trump supporters, and I'm gonna put all of them in the box. I ask you to think about, does he really have your best interests, or anybody that you vote for, regardless? Do you think they have your best interests? When yet it has been proven that he may think that he does when he goes out there in the open, but behind the scenes, I don't think you're gonna get that exact same type of treatment that you gotten when they first stepped out there, just so he can, make himself look good to you and to him. So again, all this stuff happens to be fake, 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 fake support. That is. But that's just my take on it. Hey, you may not like, yeah, you may like it or you may not. So, and that's just a prime example of what a fake outrage is. But yeah, though. But oh wow, 10:33. But yeah, though. But hey, you know what? I'm not sure. Again, like when I'm gonna go live again, or or what game I'm gonna be playing. But I do want y'all to be on the lookout for more future gameplays. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I just want to get some things off my chest. So I do appreciate everybody that stopped by in the chat room. So alrighty, y'all. Y'all take care. And I'll be back with some more in the future. Y'all take care. Peace.